beach a couple of years ago by myself because I just needed some time to be quiet. And I was reading a magazine, and over the top of my magazine, I saw a woman maybe 50 yards out who was waving. And I'm trying to focus on my magazine. And so I kind of noticed, and I looked back down, then I noticed, and I thought, she's not waving. She's in trouble. And so I looked around. Nobody else sees this woman. There were only like 6 of us on the beach that day. And I thought, oh, goodness gracious. So I just took off. I did what I'd been trained to do years before. I'm running as fast as I can until the water gets mid-thigh. Then I dive. I swim as fast as I can, head up toward this woman going, I'm coming, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. I'm coming, it's going to be okay. I get her in that carry, and I'm like, it's okay. My name's Lisa. I've got you. We're going to go back to the beach. And she's like, and as soon as she started talking, I thought, oh, she's not from a foreign country. She's from Bud Lightville. Because just the smell of beer, it was so thick. I'm surprised I didn't get drunk just breathing next to her. And so I thought, okay, and I was like, ma'am, if you can understand me, I need you to kick. Because pretty quick we got caught in an undertow. And I'm a strong swimmer, and I've got plenty of flotation devices that God graciously just put right around my body. I'm still carrying my baby weight, and so I should have been able to get her in pretty quickly. But y'all, I realized we're starting to go further and further out. And I've lifeguarded for years. I've never lost anybody, and I started getting scared. I thought this woman, and she was thrashing, I thought, I'm going to lose this woman. And I was like, Jesus, please help me. Please give me strength. Out of all the years I lifeguarded, that rescue was the most difficult rescue I've ever done. I get this woman in. She falls on the beach. It had probably only been 2 minutes. It felt like 20. When we got in, she fell on the beach, got sick. I pulled her up so she wouldn't be pulled out again. And then I pulled her hair and I walked away. I didn't really. I found the people that she belonged to. And I thought, I'm going to go in. I kind of want to just go in and take a shower and just kind of get away from all that drama. And I walk into this hotel that I've stayed in 4 or 5 times. I know the guy at the front desk, and he could just tell I was kind of disheveled. And he said, what's the deal? And I said, oh, just some really drunk woman. Just had to help her get in. And he said, somebody was swimming? And I said, oh, yeah, this one was past the first sandbar. I said, she was swimming. He goes, did y'all not see the red flag? And I said, you know what, Curtis, I didn't even notice the red flag. And he said, Lisa, it's one of the worst riptides we've ever had at the beach in the last couple of years. He said, 3 people just drowned in Destin. He said, I am so surprised you were able to pull her in. Y'all, when the pastor of Hebrews says don't drift, it's not an innocuous warning. What he's saying is, if you do not actively pull toward Jesus, there is a riptide called Satan, the enemy of our soul, and he's pulling you away. You're never in an innocuous place. You're never in a position where you can just tread water. We don't have that option. Because we have the enemy of our soul, who the New Testament says is a carnivore, is a roaring lion. There's nothing about what we are seeing all over culture with people who call themselves Christians and are going, you know what, we don't have to do it the way the Bible said to do it. Because you know what, you can just treat this like Shoney's. You can just pick and choose whatever you want in here, but you don't have to go cover to cover. Surely he didn't mean this applies today. When people tell you following Christ is all about affection, I'm here to say, well, that's half the story. Half the story is he loves us with an everlasting love, with an unconditional love. I couldn't get out of bed in the morning without the love of Christ. Of course, his love for us is what sustains us. Of course, his love for us is what we lean into. But if you separate his love from our repentance, that is not the gospel. There's no such thing as true love without responsibility. We have a responsibility. It's one of the miracles I'm praying for, is that some of you would recognize for the first time how much he loves you. And in leaning into Jesus, you'll recognize my life is supposed to look different. Not because I'm earning his affection. He gave me his affection freely. We don't earn our salvation by works. He says, I give that to you freely. I condescended to come and lavish you with my affection. But as a PS, as a response to my love, then you recognize my superiority. Then you live your life a little different than the way everybody's living it around you. Then you go, but as for me and my house, we're going to walk this way. I know you love reruns of Sex and the City. I can't put that mess in my mind. I know you think it's innocuous to read all these funny blogs. You know what? Anybody who says that book is not authoritative, I'm just not going to go on that blog anymore. I don't need to put that stuff in my mind because life is hard enough. I want to be as close to Jesus as I possibly can.